Hello, I'm Natchi Lazarus. In today's thought from the book section, I want to encourage you by talking about evergreen content. In chapter 10 of my book, The Connected Church, I talk about how you can use evergreen content in your social media campaigns. You know, one of the most challenging things about social media is coming up with content. And there are predominantly two types of content. I mean, there are many types, but when we look at it from this context, there are just two types of content. One is timely content, which expires. Like, for example, news, right? News is relevant today, but after, say, 5 weeks, it's not that much relevant. The other is evergreen content, which means you create content, and even if you look at that content after 6 months or 8 months, it is still useful. That is called evergreen content. So it is the dream of any social media guy to create evergreen content, because of course you put your heart, soul and mind and your effort into something. You want it to be useful for quite some time, right? You don't want to be constantly creating content. You want to create content that is useful for a long time. So that is evergreen content. Now, as a church, as a ministry, listen carefully, most of all we do is evergreen, right? Our core content from which we derive our content, which is the Bible, is evergreen, right? It has been evergreen for hundreds of years, thousands of years. I mean, even before the New Testament, 2,000 years ago, there was Old Testament, much longer than that. So we do have an evergreen content source, and most of the content that we create as a church or a ministry or a Christian nonprofit is evergreen. So you don't have to constantly create content. You know, even though it is good to create new, fresh forms of content, as someone who is working in the Bible space, you don't have to worry about its evergreen quality. So it is going to be evergreen, which is a big advantage for you on social media, because you don't have to constantly keep creating that. So do look at your existing content, see what you can use, and also when you create content, think of it as evergreen, so that you will plan for how to present it, so that you will think after 1 year, if somebody looks at it, it should still be relevant on YouTube, on Facebook, on all these channels. So something for you to keep in mind. And I also wanted to encourage you that as a church or a ministry, it is whatever you create is evergreen, because it's based on the Bible. We have that such a big blessing, because we create content based out of evergreen content called the Bible. So I just wanted to encourage you with that. So if you have any questions related to that, let me know and I'd be happy to answer you. God bless you. Stay connected, stay blessed and stay safe. Take care. Bye-bye.